Hey, fuck everybody here except for Reed, Zach, and Angela, and Andre. You're all cool. I'm having a hard time hearing you, sir. Maybe it's the orbital circumference of the satellite post on Mars. We're not gonna. Thank you for calling Verizon Wireless. My name is Johnny. How can I help you out today?
Thank you for calling T-Mobile Services. How can I assist you today?
Hello, caller, you there?
Caller.
Thank you for making my hotline bling. How can I help you out today?
Okay, I'm supposed to get DirecTV tomorrow, but
I don't care.
Yeah, who's this?
Who's this?
Well, I was online with AT&T, I thought.
Oh, you thought? Thanks for calling AT&T. What do you want?
Yes, hi. I was calling to see how much it would be
I don't care.
cancel.
Okay, hold up. Let me go ahead and transfer you over to someone who actually gives a fuck. So, is that alright with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
How was your day? How was my day? Yeah, how was your day?
Fantastic!
Did you get your reserve goals?
I didn't get reserved shit.
Did you get your sub goals?
I got no goals. You know why? Because there's 10-year-olds running around the school going, oh my god, this is my favorite. Mommy, can I have this? Can I have this? No, I want this one. No. Oh my god. Oh man, I want all these people. No, I want these drugs. No, okay. FIFA. Oh, with the Mexicans. You got a FIFA?
31 years, 9 months on the job. And that's what we have to look forward to. Absolutely nothing. Local 113, paid union dues for 31 years, no phone call, no nothing. Superintendent of our department, nothing. Emails, oh, maybe we'll do something next week. Sure. Just come in on your own time, Ron, so we can give you your gifts. Don't worry about the gas and all that kind of stuff. You've only been here for 31 years. Same with his sidekick, Mr. Senior Foreman, who only got the job because he's buddies with Glenn, which is basically the way people will get their retirement. Oh, excuse that. I mean, will get their way in this company is by being friends or maybe best man in a wedding. These are my opinions and I'm entitled to them. But this is how I do my thing. And one more thing to show you, and I'll be there in a second. Now I'm walking into the shop, and nobody here but me, all alone, on my last day of 31 years. Being a shop steward for a number of years, certified safety rep, co-chaired the safety committee, did numerous United Way campaigns, did countless things here, and what do I get? Nothing. Not a damn thing from this company. This is what they think they're their employees. How they could possibly make the top list of the best places to work. Obviously, they've never asked an employee, because they would get an awfully different thing of what actually goes on here if people really knew what went on down here.
Hell no. World star, what you talking about? This one going on world star, nigga. What you talking about? Hell no. This one going on. I give you a barbecue. What you have to do? I just want this butt. Man, I don't know what the fuck. I just want this butt. Y'all know what the fuck. What they doing? Oh my god. Where we at? Oh shit. We in the pause, straight pause shit. Welcome to St. Louis.
I can't breathe my shit. I hope they can do that thing here. Chris, give me my fucking back. Chris, you want to treat something? I was nice to you, Chris. You did that. You did that.
Welcome to St. Paul.
Now, pay for that. You don't want to give me something $20. Pay for that.
Yeah, all right. What's happening, all you beautiful people out there? It's your boy, Mr. Rico C, host of the Frequency Radio. Hope everybody's having a good day and all of that good stuff. So, like I told y'all last time, I'm about to get right into it. You know, no more long, drawn-out talks and that kind of thing. Cloth Talk, Workplace Assassins, Episode 1, happening right now. And again, I have to say this is going to be exclusively on my YouTube channel. Exclusively on my YouTube channel. That's the Frequency Radio. The Frequency Radio. So all of these series or episodes will be on my YouTube channel. Now I will, put some content in our designated group in Facebook. And that's the Frequency 7. So yeah, you can send a request. I'll have the admins go ahead and add you in, all of that good stuff. So just make sure you reach out. Facebook, the Frequency 7. You can also catch us on Facebook as well at The Frequency Radio. But again, the actual content for Cloth Talk, Workplace Assassins, right? Part 1, Episode 1, that will be on our group in the Frequency 7. So let's get right into this thing. First off, shout out to my boy Corner Boy for the tracks. Know them hot ass tracks. Know you guys have been hearing those. So shout out to my man putting me down with those. Also shout out to Boss One and Ladies First. Appreciate the donations on PayPal. Appreciate those. I checked this one. I'm like, damn, where did that come from? So appreciate all the love. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. Just keep the love coming because I'm gonna keep giving you this action. So you probably have your mouths open right now. I added a few clips to the video, to this actual video, and it's really just highlighting folks going ham at the workplace. All right, these are actual employees doing all kind of crazy stuff. From the subtle shit all the way out to some outrageous things. So now I know some of you guys are laughing and that kind of thing, and it is funny or what have you, but that wasn't really the goal. That's not the premise y'all want to set to make fun of folks going off. The whole premise of this is to identify workplace assassins, who they are, how you identify them, and why the hell you need to avoid them. So it wasn't about making fun of it. So, because when you think about it, folks, all of these individuals on those clips, they all started someplace, right? They all started entry level, right? They all went through training, all went through production, and they like their damn job, right? Just like you, right? You go out, you look for the job, you search for the gig, you think that fit your skill set, or the job, that fits, the qualifications that you might have personally set. You go, you seek that job, you get hired, and you're excited about it, right? And that's everybody. Now, from some point, from production, through the time up until the point that they acted out, something was going on in between, right? Meaning that these folks didn't come in, outrageous, outlandish, and just straight up devastating, straight up terrible attitudes, right? They never start like that. Nobody starts like that. Everyone comes in, with the intent of either what? Making money, right? Changing the environment, paying some bills, right? Basic shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into who are they? Who are these workplace assassins? Well, they come in all shapes and sizes. All races, all right? All looks, all from different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? And when you're coming into a job or a workplace and you have goals and plans in mind, right? You got to be mindful. You got to be mindful, and you have to be mindful, and you have to understand that you have to put yourself in a position of success at all times, right? So who are they? Let's say you're in production, right? You come in, you see folks You see 3, 4, 5, 6 people surrounded by one, all gathered up, huddled around one person, right? You go over there, you think it's something exciting. This is somebody going ham. You know, they're either talking about their supervisor, talking about how crappy, you know, the job is, and better yet, telling you that you shouldn't work here and you should find somewhere else to work, right? I know you guys have seen that. I know you've been there and done that, right? You coming in the workplace, that kind of thing. Somebody might be leaving, you know, or somebody might be having one of those outrageous outbursts like, look, I don't know why you working here. I'm about to quit. You need to leave too. You, and you. This company is terrible, you know, right? And that's from their perception. Now, that's not to say there's not to say there wasn't events leading up, you know, to the postal, you know, or for lack of better terms, or there's events leading up, you know, to the individual acting out. And whether those issues were addressed or not addressed, or perhaps, you know, they didn't receive the information that they liked, or the information that they wanted, or the information that they wanted to hear, or they just didn't say shit, right? And just let it build up, right? You got a crappy supervisor talking to you crazy. You got a jacked up manager, you know, that won't work with you, right? You get disrespected, that kind of thing, and you're not saying anything about it, right? You take it. Then one day, you know, one little line, one wrong look, one wrong touch, that individual is blowing up, right? So not only are these the individuals that, you know, that attract folks or always seem like they have something going on, you know, these folks, you know, always, I would say the majority of the time, they know their job. They know their job, right? It might be a team lead. See, before someone can even be an assassin, they have to understand the process. They have to understand the policy. They have to understand the product, right? And they also understand that one damn person in the workplace, right? One person on the production floor, you know, can bring the morale down, can actually impact 70 to 80% of your production staff. One person, one negative individual, you know, right? Now, these folks, these are typically good-looking people, right? These are some folks, right? People know them. They're known around the workplace, you know, right? And they're usually some fair-looking individuals, right? On both ends, because you have to be this. You have to be that to attract people, right? Now, one other thing that you'll notice, you know, with workplace assassins is that they have to have ammunition. They got to have ammunition. So they're always in somebody else's business, right? Always in somebody else's business. It's always, oh, well, I heard this person said this, or I heard this person said that, or I heard the management said all of us are getting fired at the end of the month, right? All of these things, they're constantly working, but the only way it works is if they get you engaged. And who do they go after? The new people. They always go after you new folks. You new folks that just got hired. You new folks that are happy. You new folks that just got off the phone telling everybody, hey, I just got hired at this company or that company. They coming after you, right? Because folks that's been there, well, they know to stay away. They know to stay away from this negative motherfucker, right? But someone new coming in, right? They're easy to see. Always easy to see, always easy to point out. But the first person that gets up under him or get next to him is that assassin, right? So now you got somebody that came in with a positive attitude, ready to work, ready to handle their business, ready to make it all come together. And now you have one person to say, hey, you need to check your pay stubs. You need to check your hours. They're not paying you for all your hours you work. But don't say nothing. This is just, you know, something I want to let you know. because I see you coming in and you brand new and that kind of thing. And, you know, I just want to give you the real, you know, on what's happening. And that's how it goes, right? That's how it starts. So now you got somebody with a positive attitude, right? Positive attitude, and then they get that negative influence, right? So as soon as the company has to make a move, or, you know, your supervisor has to make a sudden change, well, guess what? Here come that assassin. You see what I'm saying, you girl? There they go, girl. There they go. I told you. Well, dog, man, I told you they on that bullshit, bro. I told you they on that bullshit, man. Fuck them hoes, man. You know, extend your break. You know, extend your lunch. You know, they don't give a damn. They're not paying for you anyway. And what will happen if you're not careful, my brothers and sisters? You will be recruited by the assassins, right? And now you have a mindset of an assassin, and just within a moment, right? You now have the attributes of an assassin as well, right? And the idea is that you spread it. You spread it, so they know that it's not gonna stay just with you. They know you're gonna go out. You're gonna tell your friends. You're gonna tell, you know, your significant others, that kind of thing. And before you know it, you have a team that was running like a smooth machine, and now you got half your team, you know, ready to bail on you because one person, because of one negative attitude, right? How do you avoid these motherfuckers? How do you avoid it, right? You know, the people being negative. Watch out for the folks being negative. You know, watch out, you know, for the people that's saying, hey, you need to extend your break. You need to extend your lunch. Watch out for the folks, you know, that's coming in with the negative attitude, telling you how fucked up, you know, the company is, being that it's just your first day there, you know, right? But how do you avoid it? How do you avoid it? Well, the real answer to this is that there's no 100% effective way to avoid these folks at your workplace, and I don't think you should. You know, what you need to do is have a plan. See, when you have a plan, and I'm getting into episode 2, but when you have a plan in the workplace, regardless of what it is, you know, whether you sales or whether you customer service, you have your plan coming in. Like, oh, okay, the goal is today. Well, the goal is, you know, 5 sales a day. You know, I'm going to work to push 7. Or I'm averaging 5. I'm going to work to get my average up to 7. Or my quality on my customer service end sucks. I'm at a 75%. I need to be at an 85%. All right? So I'm going to hash out and plan out those things, or those executions that I need to do in order to give me the result that I need to get. So when you have a plan and you have some goals and steps established, you won't have any time to gather up in a huddle, you know, and listen to this assassin over there, you know, talking about how the supervisor's sleeping with everybody in the company, you know, right? You won't have time to do that, right? You won't have time, you know, to listen to bro over there, you know, saying, hey, man, this cool. I know it's, man, yeah, they say this is a non-smoking area, man, but you can smoke anywhere, you know, right? You won't have time to be engaged in those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? You won't have time. The next thing you need to do outside of having a plan, understand that damn policy. Understand the policy. The policy. All these companies have policies, man. You know, I worked for a company a long time ago, you know, for about 20 years in corporate America. We got all kind of fucking policies. You got the dress code policy, you got the damn social media policy, right? You got your damn fraternization policy. You got all kind of policies, right? So I never understood at a workplace when someone asked basic shit like, you know, what will happen if I miss this many days? Or if they catch me doing this, what do you think will happen? Well, you don't got to think. You don't have to think. You don't have to think. Get in front of that policy. You understand? Read that policy. Understand the policy. Understand how you held accountable. Understand, the point system, right? And once you start to understand those things, some magical shit starts to happen, right? The magic you're going to identify with is that, or the revelation you're going to come to is that about 80% of all of this bullshit you've been hearing is all pseudo. It's all fake. It's all fake, right? This shit is fake. Now, that's not to say an individual won't, certain problems and certain situations don't exist. But companies nowadays have avenues, right? They have avenues and resources to address all of these type of issues, right? And believe me, they address, because they don't want fucking lawsuits, right? So they're serious about this kind of thing. They're serious about it. So once you start to divvy in and you start to peel back the layers and you understand the flow of things, you'll understand that, oh, okay. Oh, Janet over here that was complaining to me about her pay getting docked. Well, she didn't understand that she utilized all of her break time on her first break, right? She only gets 2 15-minute breaks in an 8-hour period. Her first break, she took 35 minutes on the first break. So that means that time goes unpaid or whatever the policy shows, right? And you get that revelation. So now you understand that, like, okay, she's over here complaining, but she's over on her fucking break. Right? This person is upset about the pay or about how much they're not getting paid per hour, but you don't fucking come to work. So what if I'm getting paid $9 an hour, $10 an hour? If I'm scheduled 40 hours, but I'm only working 15 hours, well, what the fuck do you expect? You're not going to have a full ass check, man. You're not going to get it. I mean, like I told you guys before, over, I would say about 2 decades, I've been in upper management or management. The majority, I would say about 2 years of that, I was mid-level management. But outside of that, I've been, upper level management. And I talked to so many folks that are upset about this situation or that situation. And the very first thing I do is pull out that policy. Pull this policy out, right? Because when folks have complaints and they have issues, we have to be able to draw that line, right? Draw that divide. Okay, what's real, what's fake, right? What's real, what's synthetic, right? What's subjective, what's objective, right? We'll be able to pan those things out. And once I've had those conversations, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, hell, even an hour, there's an aha moment in there, right? The employee now realizes that, hey, I got some things I need to work on my end. Maybe if I would have done A, B, C, I wouldn't have ended up in this particular situation. Or maybe if I would have went about my complaints in a more cordial way or a more fashionable way, I probably would have received the result that I was looking to get, right? Hell, and even some of the clips, how do you expect to even get resolution if you're threatening folks to slash their tires? You threatening to slash tires, you threatening to fight folks in the job, right? So there's a lot of levels there's a lot of avenues we can take this, and there's a lot of levels. And I just want to get your brain working. That's what I do. Because the majority of the individuals I associate with, they all work, and I hear all of these stories. I had over 2 decades worth of stories. Mostly nightmares, mostly nightmares, and it's mainly due to a lack of understanding. A lack of understanding about what's going on. And we're emotional people, right? We're emotional folks. Just hands down. We're emotional folks. So we have to make sure that we understand the flow. You got to make sure that you understand the business. assassins. And I'm not saying that there's not unfavorable things that go on in corporate America. There's all kind of shit that goes, and not necessarily even corporate America. I mean, just any job. You know, there's all kind of things that go on, but again, there's a process. There's a process. There's a structure that you have to follow in order to achieve that result that you're trying to get. Right? So, recruiting bodies, recruiting new people, right? And you new people, you got to be aware of this as well, because once that assassin, once he or she gets what they need from you, you out of here. They done with you, you know, at that point, right? So on the first day, don't be swapping fucking phone numbers, right? Don't be, you know, exchanging social media, you know, all of that kind of thing. Nah. Right? Especially when you new coming in, because you new person that just started the job today. The assassins are on your ass right now. They're on your ass right now. And I would love to hear your stories. I would love to hear your stories. So please make sure, if you have one of these stories, I want to hear about it. So email me at thefrequencyradio777@gmail.com. Because I got to hear it. You know, or just shoot me a DM on the Facebook page. Right? Because I want to hear about these. But again, we've talked about the who. Right? We talked about how to identify. And in terms of avoiding, it's not necessarily a way where you can avoid a person. Because in the workplace, you're always going to be bumping into folks. You're always going to be in interaction. Right? So the thing you're going to have to be able to do, it's all about being able to manage your time. Right? And making good decisions. You know, who I want to associate myself with. There's a difference between association and speaking, right? So I got my cameraman right now. I could just be having a conversation with him. Hey, how you doing today, T? Oh, you'd be like, oh, it's great. You know, how's the family? Oh, they're great. Everything's cool? Great. I'm gone. That's just a conversation. That's not association, right? And what we're going to get into on episode 2 is how associations can screw you over in the workplace. Episode 2 will be how associations can screw you over in the workplace, right? Now, also in that second episode, I'm going to give some solutions. I'm going to give some solutions to all of you assassins out there. I'm going to give you some solutions to quell your issues, right? And I'm also going to give you some steps, some warning signs, you know, you need to be aware of, because you can be going down that wrong road. Now, this is that cloth talk, right? This is your boy again, Mr. Rico C. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. You know, again, you can catch me on Facebook, The Frequency Radio. Make sure you guys check that page out. And again, the exclusive content is going to be on YouTube, The Frequency Radio on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, share the video. And then also, again, we have a private group on Facebook, The Frequency 7. So make sure you get at us, and we'll give you access so you can get in there and catch some of that special content. You know, again, shout out to Boss One and Ladies First for the big donations. I appreciate it. Air Uno Cinco, appreciate you for the gift. It's your boy, Mr. Rico C, The Frequency Radio. I'm out of here.